Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it, guys. So we have an interesting thing. Olivia, which if you know, it's one of the main leakers that normally is always correct with their her leaks, just basically posted three little things. These are the ones. US, yes, US T-90A trophy, the USSR T-80BVM 2023, and the USSR Strela-1. This doesn't confirm anything, doesn't mean that it's coming or anything like that. She already leaked, for example, the M120, and I mean, they were not added yet, so it doesn't mean that it's coming right now. But normally, if you give it enough time, you know, she is normally correct. So she kind of has a point going for her, right? But yes, what are these three vehicles? The first one, the easier one to talk about, is the USSR Strela-1M. Obviously, this is the BRDM that uses the Strela on top of it, normally called the 9K31 Strela-1, or the NATO reporting name, the SA-9 Guskin. Which is basically an earlier model of the Strela-10 that we have in game. And interesting part is that it actually has the photo contrast, seeker. So you can actually use the new mechanic that they are actually adding to the game, right? It should be kind of a lower BR than the Strela-10. It is somewhat limited, you know, it is the IR guided. And it's not the most amazing thing ever. The good part about it is that it can actually get to 100 kilometers per hour with its BRDM, chassis, and still use an IR missile. So it can get to certain places very quickly, and with that it can actually deploy the missile. So it would be a very, very interesting missile and system to be added. I honestly don't know why they didn't add it yet, because it is very well known that this was used by the Soviet military. I mean, it is a very, very important, system for the ground Soviet things, right? So yeah, very, very cool. Hopefully this thing gets added. It uses the 9M31 missile. So yeah, the objective was to be similar to something like the Strela-2 MANPAD, but it was a much improved missile itself, okay, than the MANPAD from that era. But they were basically produced together, or developed together in certain, in a certain way. The second thing is, yes, an USSR T-80BVM 2023. So what is this 2023 version of the T-80BVM? It doesn't change much from the original one. It will just have more packages of ERA along the sides of the hull. And where things change are on the visual side of things. It has basically like the table that we have on the Challenger 2, but actually usable. It has basically an upgrade armor. So basically it uses a protection or a shield on top of the turret to basically protect the crew from kamikaze drones and RPGs and anything like that. It has basically a anti-drone active ECM, so we can disable drones if it's close enough to the drone itself. And yeah, it has a new 1PN96MT thermal imaging system as well. Also, it has an increased rear speed of 20 kilometers per hour instead of the 11. And as I said, I mean, it's just everything else is going to be very similar to the BVM that we already have in game. So yeah, just a minor upgrade, with slightly better armor technically, but in general, the best thing about it is it probably will have a better thermal, and it has a better rear speed, or reverse speed, okay? And then the last one that it's kind of weird, but yes, US T-90A trophy. I don't know exactly what she means about this, but if I'm right about what I'm thinking about the T-90A model 2004 that was actually photographed in the state of Louisiana. So yes, it was actually captured in the ongoing war right now, and it was brought to the US probably to be tested, and you know how things are in war, you know. So yeah, very, very interesting if that's added, because another country that it's getting a T-90, like, this is kind of weird. And the US, out of all of them, it's literally like having an Abrams in the USSR, so it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's really, really weird. So I don't know what's going to be, if it's like a premium, or we don't know yet. We're gonna have to wait and see how it is, but she's leaking that, so I don't know how I feel about this first one. The other two ones, yes, they make sense, but this one is just, oh my god, what is going on, if this is true, right? So yeah, very weird. But anyway, these are the 3 leaks that I wanted to talk about. Very cool ones. Subscribe, and I see you guys on the next one. Bye. See ya.